I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down every day. 100 trains, every train, 100 cars, every car, 100 tons, every ton, 100 sacks, every sack, 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains. Some politicians lacking brains said invoices dripping sweet. We don't really need these trains. Railroads all are obsolete. They're union strong, it makes demands. They guard their yards with railroad dicks who kick our cops clean off their lands. Do not like our politics. As I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down every day. 100 trains, every train, 100 cars, every car, 100 tons, every ton, 100 sacks, every sack, 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains. So the politicians passed some laws to screw more money off the trains and deeper dip their pudgy paws in more control of railroad gains. The railroad said, get off our land. They went on strike to show their peak. The grain trains stopped their rolling and the city starved within a week. As I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down every day. 100 trains, every train, 100 cars, every car, 100 tons, every ton, 100 sacks, every sack, 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains. Hunger riots burned and rose and battered down the State House door, and all those fat politicos were killed and eaten by the poor. And with the city out of joint and no more politician men, the railroad said they'd prove their point and sent the grain trains down again. As I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down every day. 100 trains, every train, 100 cars, every car, 100 tons, every ton, 100 sacks, every sack, 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains.
Good morning, Minecraft. How you doing, Wandering Beekeeper here? Welcome in. It is 33 degrees fondly Fahrenheit here in Olympia, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest, and we start with a content warning. I am inappropriate for all audiences. I'm an old queer man with 2 trans kids living in a state where weed is legal, and I swear a lot and talk about all sorts, whatever comes into my head, really. So, let us roll on with Immersive Geology. We are on version 0.8.3. 0.84 is in the works. Be patient. Remember that this is all a hobby and that we are all doing this because we think it's cool, not because, like we're getting paid for it or anything. This is just for fun. Let's keep it that way. So, we are at pretty much the end of this version. I have got thorium ingots to make and a core drill to build, and I think it's going to be about the extent of it. Let's pop over to our game screen and go see how things are going here. I have got one singular sensation. Careful of the IP algorithm detection. Capitalism destroys art. Remember that. Have 1 frame left. And isn't it nice that this mod doesn't currently have radioactivity? And I realize I may be giving the devs ideas, and I'm sure they've already thought about it, actually. But, yeah, being able to have an ingot of uranium just casually sitting there in an item frame is kind of a trip. let's go look at thorium. Let's see. I'm going to walk around because this is there's an awful lot going on, and there's some things I want to check on. This is my pelletizers are hung. They overloaded, and now they're hung, and I'm going to have to deal with that. That 56 iron oxide hasn't cleared in a very long time. This is out of coke dust. That can be remediated. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, hop. And off we go. Making more calcium slag that goes to the ball mill to be turned into ammonia because, by golly, I've used rather a lot. I've been thinking about where I'm going from here. One of the things that's going to happen is I'm going to want to set up a new world for 084, obviously. And I've been laying out ideas for the factory that I want to build. It's going to be better organized, I hope. This has been very ad hoc. You know, I have put stuff wherever there was a place to put it at the time. And that is why I've gone all the way around the bay, around the horseshoe here, to eventually get around to a tank where I have thorium nitrate. Now, we previously saw our thorium nitrate tank here last stream at the end where I had produced uranium, and thorium nitrate and cloudy uraninite waste complex. There's got to be something to do with some of these waste items. I need to be able to avoid them if nothing else. Yeah, thorium nitrate. I got 114 buckets of it. That ought to be bleeding plenty, don't you think? Now, my nearest nitric acid storage tank is here. And it's using, I believe that is cyan. Let us look at let's get out the cyan dye and the fluid pipe. And is this? Yes, it is. It is, in fact, what we're after. So, I want to bring a pipe from the crystallizer up and over here and just drop it straight over here if I can. Let's just go on and I'm going to plunk that and I'm going to bring it up from here. And that ought to be high enough. Speaking of high enough, we are back with our old friend Super Lemon Haze this morning. Shifted my daily driver from Gorilla Cookies to Amnesia Haze because I can get it for the Amnesia Haze for 20 a quarter on the clearance rack right now. But and it's had some good effects and some annoying stuff. I need to go back to more of an indica. I need to introduce more indica into the blend. All right, let's see. My crystallizer, because I need the anti-inflammation effects. I'm getting a lot of writing done and have had a lot more. There we go. There's my crystallizer, and let's look in the book. I've had a lot more executive function available. I've gotten a lot more housework and stuff done lately. But my back's hurting like a son of a bitch. Oh, very top item. Here we go. And let's pause it. and do this. There we go. It is a 3x3. So it's going to sit square on the pipe. Let us drop this in. I need a bit more inflammation relief in order to get through my day. I'm about to, hello, Willamist. You know, I'm about to turn 63 in just a very few days. And so pardon me if I don't act my age. I don't know how to act my age. I've never been this old before. That's our fluid input. There's our redstone. Here's that. There's the power. I'm just trying to think of where this thing, I need to face it this way, I think. Let's put it there. Oh, hey, I can see the grid. Fucking fantastic. There we go. I can see the grid. Yay. Happy early birthday. Thank you. I got to start thinking about, I got to bring a little more indica back into my daily driver mix. I'm hurting. All right, keep the cyan dye. Let's go on and do the crystallizer. And do the crystallizer. Here's my fluid input. Here's my power here. Dagnabbit, I wanted it turned. All right, bip bip. Try again. All right. If I turn it this way, it's not going to be a whole lot better maybe, but let's try it anyway. No, I want it there. Yeah, let's see what this does. That puts my fluid there and my redstone here and my power, my output here and the power over on this side, which is something is going to be inconvenient. There's no way around it. And I really don't know that I want the input right over the right over the fluid pipe. I don't know. It'll be a plain pipe. It won't matter. I'm just going to work with it where it is. Screw it. Play the ball where it lies. Greetings, Queen Freya. How are you doing today? Let's see. Going to bring this pipe over this way. Because the first thing I'm wanting to do here is make sure that the nitric acid has someplace to go. That feels really important, you know? It feels like something I should just, take care of straight off right at the top. Let's go put a pipe on that, and it won't connect there because color. And then we go pipe here, and it's a little wiggly, but what the hell? Oops. Where did my lever go? Where I put my smooth flat river rocks? This is little Davy. I need my smooth flat river rock here. Where I put that? Little Davy say, wee, zing! Good to see you. Yes, indeed, always. Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of Dave Gardner here, which is definitely going to be a Hodgson. Lord, if anybody knows who Brother Dave Gardner was these days, I'll be real damn surprised. Okay, switch that off. Let's see, what else have I got to do? I need this. Gotta have a way for the stuff to be pulled out. There we go. Turn that around to where it's supposed to go and put that on it so there's something to catch. And okay, let's see. I've got a pipe connected to carry away the nitric acid. I've got a lever on it and in safe position. I have a solid extractor and a chest available to catch. I have thorium nitrate ready to input. I need power. Let's do the electrical thing, and this is gonna run here. There's gonna be HV involved here. Yeah, we're gonna do the HV thing here. Unless there's a reason not to. I don't know. I can't think of a reason not to. Here is, I got HV right there. So can I do this? Let's find out. Where's my HV wire coil? There we go. Here is my HV wire coil. Oh, bugger. Okay, got it to there. And doing the incredibly unsafe thing of putting my high voltage wire insulators on the nitric acid pipe. Because at this point, I'm just trying to get this done and not go sticking a bunch of extraneous garbage around. Okay, don't need any more posts. I'm tired of putting up posts. Where's my HV wire connector? Here's my HV wire connector. This is the possibly the last, maybe the next to last machine that I'm going to put up in this game world here. So yeah, let's just get her done, as Larry the Cable Guy has said. Not the greatest role model, but there are lots worse. Okay, over here, and we load in the thorium nitrate into the crystallizer. Thorium nitrate goes into the crystallizer, and we hit the switch, and we start processing. And this is just going to be one of those things where, immersive engineering is very much like real machinery. There's no flashing lights, and it's you really can't see the thing working. It just kind of sits there and makes a noise, maybe. Hopefully not a very loud, abrupt noise. That's always a bad thing. There we go. It did something. We saw a gauge move. There is an early freefall comic strip where the ship's new engineer is testing the repairs to the ship's reactor and has one of the ship's robots watch a gauge and watch a display. Says, okay, I'm going to do a thing here and tell me what happens. And the robot says, okay, the gauge went from the bottom up into the middle of the green. And it went back down. That's it? Nuclear power is really boring. And the engineer says, if you want to live a long and happy life, you want it to be boring. So, I now have 12 thorium crystals that I'm just going to put in my pocket and casually carry away. I have it in real life. Carried a cesium source at one point. That was fun. My father had a cesium test target for calibrating medical imaging equipment. It was a green plastic coin about the size of a silver dollar, American silver dollar, and about 2 or 3 times as thick. Had a tiny green cesium in it. You could carry it in your pocket for a week and suffer no ill effects. It was that low of a source, but it still had a license number and had to be tracked. And I got to carry it from his tool bag over to the imaging equipment and back, and that was it. Still kind of cool, though. I got my father, when I was smaller, worked for Picker, which is, I don't even know if they're still around. I haven't even looked lately. Picker was a medical imaging equipment manufacturer. They made the Dyna camera, which was the precursor to the CAT scanner. Visiting my father at work meant going to the hospital radiology department. I got comfortable in radiology departments, and actually got to look at the structure of my hand a couple of times. My mother took me to see him at work at one point. He was, and we came in. He's like, "Oh, hey, go stick your hand under that. I need something to test it on." And so, yeah, I got to see a live image of the bone structure of my hand. That was kind of cool. I later realized that I grew up, first off, in a cloud of OSHA violations, and it's amazing I survived. And second, in a different environment from a lot of people. Oh, and the street food blog that was talked about over, I think it was on Alice's stream or JJ's, I don't remember which. I'm about halfway through talking about Singapore at this point, and found my video of the Turkish ice cream guy, which makes me very happy. I'm going to let this whole thing run here. Pardon me rattling for a minute, but I'm also riffing for time while 12 thorium process, and no, I didn't distribute them. Of course not. Why would I do something efficient like that, at a time like this? Okay, last one. Looks in color similar to a Greg Tech titanium ingot. Got that. There we go. There goes. There that goes. And I'm going to pop it out of creative mode and pick up 12 thorium ingots. Yeah, it's that sort of weird bright purple. And kind of magenta type of color. Okay, for the last time here in this particular version, we play the Engineer's Triumphal March. You'll just have to imagine some sort of Triumphal March music because I didn't find anything public domain. And we plonk a thorium ingot up there and complete the run. Zoom. Let's also, while I'm at it, I'm going to go reload. Well, I'm thinking of it. I'm going to go reload my arc furnace before I get on to the next task. But, yeah, that's the final ingot on the wall. I have played all the way through. Okay, so we'll pop this stuff in. And why am I still carrying this HV electrical wiring stuff? Let's drop that in. And then I can go load this up and punch it in there and get it started. Okay, there we go. Make sure I had a full load. And we'll pop the calcium slag out and take it over to the ball mill. There we go. Drop it in. Okay, I had started putting some stuff together. Concrete and concrete tile are simple grid crafting. We're going to do some grid crafting here for a minute because we're going to go to the core drill. And we're going to build as a core drill. This colossal drill is engineered to tap into the near-endless resources of the lower mantle. Work in progress. To operate, it demands immense energy. I'm assuming it takes EHV, although I'm not sure I can even operate it, and a specialized mining fluid, which there is no recipe for currently. It did say work in progress in the text, and it says work in progress up in the title. To penetrate the mantle's depths. The harvested mantle fluid can be refined into a variety of metals, with the composition varying based on the drill's location. Some areas will yield fluid rich in rare or precious metals, offering vast wealth to those who master its use. Basically, you've got a much more advanced version of the excavator. We have seen the immersive engineering excavator, and it is a big honking piece of machinery that does serious production of multiple types of ore and stone and such by the bucket. It hauls stuff up at a steady clip for a long time. The core drill is going to bring it all up molten, and it looks like we're going to be doing maybe some fluid routing with molten metals. That's going to be all sorts of fun. To build a core drill, I need radiator block. I don't have radiator block. Let's make some radiator block. What do I need? Oh, I needed Constantan plate and possibly some water buckets. Constantan plate means we go out to see Mr. Stompy, who just happens to have Constantan plate, because past me was clever enough to go throw a stack of Constantan ingot into Mr. Stompy when I was reviewing during the week. So I need 4 radiator block, and I think I'm gonna have to go get a few water buckets. I don't know. That, or I can just go there. That's to it. All right. Oops. And of course, water buckets, being individual items, being non-stackables, don't load properly. So we'll make 4 radiator blocks. Okay, there we go. And put them over here. I need 16 titanium block. Let's see. Titanium ingot, titanium oxide, block of various stuff. titanium block, right? Means titanium grit, which I get from processing. Oh, lordy. I gotta go run magnesium grit. Where's my magnesium grit? Oh, lordy. Did I forget to run enough titanium? I forgot to run enough titanium. Let me think about this a second where it is. And start some titanium running. That's tungsten. Here's titanium chloride going into here with magnesium grit. Now, I mean, let's go on and run this. Where am I getting the magnesium grit? There's not enough magnesium grit to be able to do anything with. Where's my magnesium? Here's magnesium grit. Let's just huck some magnesium grit in and see what we get. There we go. Now we're getting titanium grit. We'll go on and process some of this here. Have I got a chest on the back here? Yeah, but it doesn't have a Tom's feed. There's my problem. Okay, find my magnesium grit. And just run the lot of it into there. Bounce around to here. Titanium chloride. Go on and get it all processed. Okay, that's got that all processed. And that gets me 50 titanium grit. And the titanium grit then goes to the arc furnace, right? Yes. Okay. Thought I had done a little more prep work than I had. Not a big deal. We got plenty of time here. Let's just shut that off. Let it clear out here a minute. I'm going to have to clear that out and huck that in and distribute it, and then hit the button. Go, hit the lever, and let's get our titanium processing here. See if I got enough. If not, I think I can make more. Smelt all you want. We'll make more. Give this a moment here. Titanium ingot, yeah. Gonna need new electrodes soon. Those are burning down. From here, I've talked about it before. I've got a world already set up with 120.1 and create and a bunch of stuff. Want to get into the new features of create. Well, I was watching you working with that a while back with the frog ports and the factory gauges. I need to get those figured out, make sure I understand how they work and what I can do with them. And from there, see about getting some sort of trains going in a 120.1 world with the new create and see how what I can come up with. I usually try to do this kind of stuff off stream, but you know, we're at the end of the mod packs audit. I'm gonna just do it all on stream, and you get to see the sausage making. There needs to be a metaphor for the messy background process that is acceptable in vegetarian culture that does not involve meat products. No, I'm not going vegan. Good gods, what kind of a person do you think I am? Okay, split that out and get that going again and get my titanium and get away from this noisy thing. Whee! Wow, it's loud. Even with the ear defenders built into my Faraday helmet, it's bloody loud. Okay. Titanium block. How many can I make? 6. Bugger all. Alright. I'm going to save a little time here. I need 10 more titanium block. There. Rather than standing at the arc furnace again. All that racket. Clear that. Now, what's our next thing? 3 generator block. Okay, I still got 1, 2, 3 O'Leary. Still got generator block left over from building other stuff, like the alternator, which took rather a lot. I need 5 light engineering block. Do you see light engineering block? I don't see light engineering block. We're gonna have to make some light engineering block. There we go. Light engineering block. I needed how many? Oh, I need iron sheet metal before I can make these. That's a bit of a problem. Let's have some iron sheet metal. Okay. Time to go see Mr. Stompy. We'll load that into Mr. Stompy and come back for it in a minute. Let's see what the next thing is. 2 chemical engineering blocks. And wouldn't you know it, I have one. This is Murphy's Law in action. If you need N parts to complete a project, you will have N minus 1 in stock. This is how it works. So, I got to make Hastelloy sheet metal, which means I need Hastelloy plate, which means we got to go to Mr. Stompy. And do I even have... I have some Hastelloy. Okay. Let's go make some Hastelloy plate. Go see Mr. Stompy. Somebody did not do nearly as much prep work as he liked to think he had done. We'll get these and go do stuff with them and then come back for a minute later. I think I can go back and make my light engineering now, because I now have iron plate. And can make the iron sheet metal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go on and make that much. And I needed, check the book, I need 5. Of course I do, because the recipe makes 4. And that's just the way it works, isn't it? There's 5, and there's the 3 extras, and there we go. Okay, then the chemi block, and then I need 13 heavies. Do I have any heavies made? Of course not. Why would I? I have 4. And I needed 13. So I need 9 more. You see where this is going? Oops. And 13, and I have 3 left over. Okay, go get our Hastelloy plate from Mr. Stompy. The bouncy little thing from Brazil, from when the dude is driving. Okay, chem. Need chemical engineering blocks. To do that, I need Hastelloy mechanical components. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need Hastelloy sheet metal. 4. And I need chemical engineering blocks, and now I have 5. And I needed 2. So there we go. Okay. Heavy, light, and chem. I need 1 redstone and then 37 blocks of steel. Holy Toledo. My black tea, I will be having honey oolong this morning. My black teas are in the post. I have a Lapsang Souchong that we just acquired that I need to get into. I should get out my ingenuity and set that up later. Let's see. 1 redstone and 37 blocks of steel. Do I have a redstone? I do in fact have a redstone already in stock. And then block of steel. Got a lot of block. Block of steel, I got 1 here. Gonna need some more. Block of steel. Well, you know what? Let's just do that. And whoa, hi! I had a lot more steel than I thought. There we go. And I have 27 blocks left. They can go back in there. And bada boom. 37 blocks of steel, just like that. I had already made rather a lot. I mean, 3 blast furnaces, no waiting. 5 high voltage coil block. I'm really certain I haven't made these. Not sure. High voltage coil block. High voltage coil block. Wow. And how many of them did I need? Holy cow, I've made them before. I need 5. Are there some already in here? I mean, it's worth looking? No, this is all high-speed steel and stuff. Oops. Okay, I need more of this, which means I need aluminium and steel wire. Aluminium. Steel. Mr. Stumpy. That sounds lovely. Indeed. I love a good Lapsang Souchong. I like the smoky thing. Let's pull this iron, and we can do more iron plate later. I need to do wire now, thank you. And let's put wire on and make sure wire is on, and then we will go with aluminium and steel, and we will make wire. Get this all done. Have not ordered from Adagio in a very long time. They do some really excellent stuff. Their Black Dragon pearls are amazing. It takes 2 of them for an entire Ingenuity, big mug. What sold me on Adagio was the Ingenuity, the tea gadget that they made. It's so simple, and yet it gives you throw your tea in loose in the hot water, and the strainer is in the bottom with a pressure plate. So when your tea has hit the right color, the thing is transparent. And when your tea has hit the right color, you just sit it on top of your mug. That trips the pressure plate, and the tea strains down into the mug. You get so much better use out of your tea because the leaves have room to unfold. Okay, I'm going to add the rest of that in, and whoops, put that around behind it. And reach over here and get my aluminium wire and my steel wire and go do the thing and the thing with the thing. Okay, we'll deal with more iron later. Alright, I need high voltage coil block, which means I need high voltage coil, which means thank you. There's that, and I need, I believe, 2 more. Yes, I need 8 copper coil block. Let's see. Let's look for it under coil. Copper coil block. Oh, you're kidding. Ha ha. Funny. Okay. We'll preempt that for if you don't mind, and just let this run for a moment. And I mean, I might as well take all the rest of the stuff while I'm here. That ought to be enough. I hope it is. I really hope it is. I need one more coil block. And then I can go get the schematic and start building this thing. Okay, whoops. Yeah. Copper coil block, LV wire coil, do. And do. And there we go. I have 8. And all of this goes in there. And we look over here and see I have that. Okay. Think that's all the materials. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. That's really a lot of stuff. All right, and we are looking for the core drill. There it is. That is an older design, I think, in the schematic picture. See what we get. Here is our core drill schematic. I don't need to be carrying around a bucket of ethanol. I really don't. I'm not sure what all else of this I need to be carrying around, but we're going to go on and load up all of this. And go out to where I've set up a pad, or at least a cleared an area to put this beast. Put it here in this big square so that it is relatively close to power if I need it. I believe that should be the... All right, F. Aha. There we go. Okie doke. I'm going to need an awful lot of stairs. I don't remember there being stairs. What is missing here? I think I may have one of those at the pressure plate, but I primarily use my porcelain. Yeah, I'm not good with breakables. Yeah. Porcelain and it's best if we keep our distance. Okay. Start building the concrete pad for this. Damn it. I did not mean to be in creative mode. I meant to be using up the damn materials. There. Dang it. All right. I think I've got a Chem-E block here somewhere. No? No? Doesn't look like it. All right. How about a heavy engineering block? Oh, that looks like a generator block. Let's see. That is a generator block. Okay. Radiator block and radiator block. There we go. No, that's a light. Orange. And okay. Make sure nothing turns green here before I put these away and pull down this and this. Okay, there we go. There's that. There's our titanium block. Where it goes. And the two chemies go over here. Those are probably where the ports are going to be. And these stairs are bothering me because I don't remember seeing anything about stairs on the parts list. But I see them there. That's got to be concrete stairs here. Here's my concrete. Let me just knock together this. See if that goes green. Yep, that's it. That wasn't on the parts list. Okay, gonna have to do more of those. And pop this and this in there because I'm done with them. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, please. Oh, come on. Not now. Ooh. Why is it suddenly bogging down? Ooh. What suddenly bogged me down here? My heat's okay. Fans on and my heat's okay. Everything should be... What the hell? I shouldn't have anything that should bog me down like that. And it's really upsetting that it's doing it. Oh, bother. Okay, we have completed a layer. Any of this here? Yes. It goes here, and there, and there. Ooh, that's a lot. This whole thing is a lot. I mean, you really, the fact that we're casually slinging around blocks of titanium. Let's see, got any more heavies? No. Let me have the lights. Lights. I have a light here. I have a generator block there. I have... Is that a radiator block? Is there a No, I need the redstone. Need the redstone. Okay. The hell is this? The hell is with the stairs and the fluid pipe? This is not on the... Is there like a bunch of stuff here I can't see on the scrolled off the bottom? Wow, I'm running into all sorts of shit here. Let me get out my fluid pipe, and yeah, that's it. And we'll just flip over to creative and pop on a couple of fluid pipe here. Back out of creative, and I'm not sure what that even is. Those are like titanium stairs or something. And what looks like steel scaffolding. Let's see. Here's some steel scaffolding. Let's put it in my hand, and yes, that is in fact what it wants. Okay, that was not on the list. I think there's there's a bunch more list that is off the bottom of edge of my screen for some reason. In the meantime, I need steel scaffolding. Let me have some steel scaffolding. Thank you. And put it there, and put it there, and I gotta make those. Yeah, fuck it. I'll creative in if I need to. Get me that. Yeah, there's rather a lot that did not show up on the list. Okay, I got a light, a radiator, and a generator. Make a circuit with me. Uh, Okay. That's not it, kid. That's not it. Titanium stairs. I mean, what did I get here when I did this? I got titanium stairs. And that's not what it's after. It's after slab. Damn it. Okay. Ugh. Quit dropping me when I come in. Damn it. I've got flying privileges. I wish it wouldn't drop me when I cut out of creative mode. That's really annoying. Generator, alternator. Make a circuit with me. Watch out for the IP police. They are everywhere. The IP police, they get inside of my stream. Every single time capitalism destroys art. Okay. More scaffolding. Yeah, I got to go back and look at this parts list at a different screen resolution and see what the heck's going on, because something ain't right here. Like, seriously ain't right here. Okay, steel block. Okay, that's going to be one of the coil blocks, isn't it? It's the high voltage coil block. And then here we have, yeah, significant electrical power. Watch how much I use of that. Gotta be careful about it. Steel block slab. The steel slab here was, yeah. I need to look at the parts list under a different screen resolution. There is definitely something screwy going on here. There's something screwy around here. Yeah. Could be you, Doc? Need scaffolding again. Obviously, it needed rather a lot. I'll find out the exact number. I can figure out what the heck's going on. Let's see. This looks like I need slab again. No? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Let's go up a few levels and see if I can make some sort of educated guess. It's not that level yet. That's kind of, okay, that looks like steel sheet metal. I'm thinking that's steel sheet metal, which I might have a bit of. There we go. All right, geez. My stomach is letting me know that it has been 2 hours since my morning peanut butter sandwich, and it is time I paid attention. Lord. Enough already. Okay, let's see. Radiator light heavy. Radiator light heavy. Oil block. Heavy. 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 Last of them. Starting to run down on some of these materials here. Tells me that I'm getting close to done. Block of steel, block of steel, block of steel. Scaffolding. Radiator block. Sheet metal. Coil. And just capping it off with block of steel all the way around. Here we go. And then I need more scaffolding. Of course I need more scaffolding. Wowzers. This thing is starting to remind me, it's not as big, but it is starting to remind me of the terraformer. Shouldn't there be, well, maybe it's done. I thought there was more to it. Maybe there isn't. Let's see. Do I have a whackety with the hammer? Whackety with the hammer. This tool isn't able to form this multi-block. Not surprising. Where's the stainless steel work hammer? Why is my stainless steel work hammer not where I can find it readily? Here we go. Stainless steel work hammer. Ka-pop. We have a core drill. Holy spit. The wooden pickaxe symbolically laid atop it. We have a core drill. Holy cats. That takes 3 HVs at least, I'd be willing to bet. You know what? Let's just do this thing here. We'll flip it off. And I'm going to do a thing here. I'm going to go creative a second here just to see what the hell happens. Give me a creative accumulator. And I'm going to put it there. And then I need where's my HV? Here we go. HV wire connectors, an HV wire coil, and put that aside for right now. And I think I can do, no, let's go here, here, and here and see what I can do with it. From here, oops. To there, there to there, around here, from here to there, and it's rotating. We have rotation. Oh my God. Holy cats. We have rotation stopping. There we go. Okay. Okay. Where's the output on this thing? There's an input here and an output there. And I don't even know what to expect, if anything. Let's put a fluid tank here. And we'll put pipe to it. Don't see anything there. Not expecting to see anything there. But, you know, let's go and get that done. Let's see this beast in action here. I mean, sod it. Let's fire the thing up. It starts to rotate. And when it gets up to speed, then we get the action. That is a great hulking beast, isn't it? Now, right now, ain't nothing happening here. I didn't expect anything to. I don't have the drilling fluid. What we've got here is the machine itself that can be assembled, and we have the operating animation. We don't have the functionality yet. That's okay. That's... whew. This is an incredibly serious piece of end-game equipment here. Just the stuff that it took to put it together. Oh my God. And then, I mean, wow. There's a big, highly detailed model in motion here. Okay. That, yeah. Okay, this shows the drill without, there's what's the difference is. I'm not seeing the 4 support columns. That's the difference in the image, is that I'm not seeing the support columns and the control systems down here. I'm only seeing the drill and the 4 arms from the drill that ride up and down the support columns. Whew. Okay, gotta check the materials list on this thing at a different resolution. The concrete stairs and the steel scaffolding and a couple other things weren't on the list as I was able to see it. That may be my problem, not the mods. I'll have to make sure of that. I've had problems with screen resolution before. I put Minecraft up on the big external monitor for my stream, and whenever I can, so that I can see it better. I'm 63. I'm waiting to get a retina appointment so that I can get cleared for cataract surgery. It's vision is a thing, but the big monitor has a lower resolution than my laptop monitor. I need an external monitor with a higher resolution and more screen space. I keep having to mooch one of the monitors off my work rig, and so I can only have the external monitor for my personal machine on the weekend or on days off. Otherwise, this monitor is over on my work rig, and my personal machine is just the laptop with no external. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We get a lot of other stuff to deal with first. So, one last flight around just because I can. There has been an awful lot go on here. I mean, we are looking at a truly massive factory here that has emerged over the course of the series of streams. You know, it sprawls ad hoc across a very large area. I've got a lot of notes down now and sketches and so forth for the next factory, but next week I believe we're going to be in Create, and it's a little early here. I'm going to do a BRB screen and switch game worlds here. Give me just a second. Let's go to the BRB screen so that I can then park my character and switch game worlds, and you don't have to sit and watch a completely a blank screen while I'm harfing around here. Okay. Clear all that out. Oof, that's a lot of stuff. Save and quit to title. Let's just bring up the create trains and have a look at what I'm actually going to be working with. Maybe do a little farting around and create. Oh. Apropos of nothing, I've also started reading up on Powered by the Apocalypse as of today. Working my way through the manual and starting to gain an understanding of how the playbooks work and so forth. Looking at, I need a lightweight universal mechanic that I can do several different things with. I have Joe Clayton's Mystamerc trilogy that I want to do stuff with. I've got some other stuff I want to do. I also want to get going on some of the Fate stuff. I have a couple other things there. And if I could ever get the artwork done for Finlicha, which is going to require about $3,000 to pay people what they're worth. Let's see. So, I started off with Fred's planet. This is not Frank's planet. And then that didn't work out, so I did Frank's planet, but then realized that the problem with Frank's planet is it only has one tree, and while it's a mile high and has a lot of lumber in it, if you cut it down, that's all the lumber you got. So I moved into a post-Frank economy, and let's go into that world. Excuse me. I'd love to pop over to the Twisted Towns Mine Colonies server and show you the steampunk build I've done there, but last time I tried to hit to go live from the server, my laptop overheated, so it happened. I'm looking at getting a to replace my laptop, simply because what I'm doing is needing more horsepower than my laptop than a laptop is able to do. Okay, let's pause it a second here and check a thing. Need to check a thing, see what's going on here. Got it. Okay. And over here, I need to click the button to put us back onto a game screen. Yes, I am in fact wearing a chef's hat. Because why wouldn't I? Okay, and here we are in yet another woodland mansion. I do have a love of them. We're still loading in, it looks like. Let's give it just a minute here. Diamond furnaces from the iron furnaces mod. You know, going to get that going. I've still got a few allays wandering around in here. I've got my Tom's network in and got it going. Got a few things started. If we walk around here, I think it was down on this floor. Maybe not. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's my crops. I've used botany pots. I'm using hopper pots. And so, yeah, the botany pots keep everything going. I've got kelp growing in water, and I've got over there cactus growing on sand, and various things going that I needed, you know, giro berries and all that sort of thing. And so I don't have to have a big farm. I can just have these pots in a side room and chugging along. I've got allays here that haven't been let out yet. Let's go on and open the doors. There. At least open the doors, let them be able to find their way out. Ah, there we go. Okay. So hopper pots to take care of agricultural needs. Do it the quick way. And then everything else, I've done a little bit of interior decor. I've replaced the, you've done some macaw's work here on the stairwell. And then, you know, tidied up, put in lanterns instead of torches. Haven't done the tidy up on this stairwell yet. I really need to. And then we get up here and we have some machinery. Because of course we do. We have, I have a windmill up on the roof. Now, diamond furnaces, yes. Accelerates things massively. There is an emerald furnace beyond that, but yeah, diamonds was enough. The usual thing, windmill on the roof, power takeoff, got a few basic machines. I've got the bonker, and I've got the sawmill, and a 3-hand deployer set up, and over here a mixer with a blaze burner so that I can make brass. Really basic stuff. This is just getting started, but this is the world I'm going to be working in for Create. I've got more allays around here somewhere. Problem with moving into one of these woodland mansions is that there's always prison cells, and I have to go let things out. Yeah, the diamond furnaces rock through the cobblestone at a very nice clip here. Let me go on and get it. Whoops, wrong. About done. And making some zinc here. I've been doing a lot of pre-processing. The world itself is a fairly nice little one. I've got a witch hazel forest next door. Got my beacon set up. And set up the beacon and then put a terminal on a cable right out next to the beacon so that I can then have my Tom's terminal wherever I darned well please. And up here a windmill with a bit of gearing to, produce a little bit faster rotation for the machinery. And that's pretty much what I've got so far. From here, I'm going to be setting up the create storage and figuring out how to use it. I'm thinking I'm on an island here. I'm going to be building a lot of bridges. I've got a village here. Not much of a village, but a village. And I need to find some other things around me. I need to go explore so that I can run rail to it and have delivery. I'm thinking about doing the kitchen thing again. I'm always thinking of doing the kitchen thing. Goodbye, LA. Go, fly, be free. I'm not going to give you anything. I do not want to keep you here. So, for mods, creating bells and whistles, biomes, we've gone brewing and chewing because I like this particular mod. I love a good fermentation mod. So you can expect me to, the island itself is nice. You can expect to see fermentation barrels and stuff going on in the not too distant future. I have the cheese factory, so I'm going to be making a lot of different kinds of cheese, which means I'm going to have a lot of different animals in auto milkers and tanks to contain and so on and so forth. And then of course I put in create cafe and sorry. I've gotten rather fond of Farmer's Delight. It has a lot of expansion modules, some with additional mechanics like brewing and chewing, where Pam's just is massive all by itself. Got some train stuff in here. I've got Create Factory, so I've got a few other goodies that I can make. Chocolate waffles and rolls and so forth. Here we've got the botany pots. Train signals. I have proper train signals. And in the crafts and additions, this gives me the electric motor so that I can set up electric stuff with Create. I adore cheese. I had a half pound of a delicious vintage cheddar over my recent Hatch Day weekend. I've got, all we've got right now is we've got some Tillamook cheddar and some Parmesan, which, for the grater. Nether's Delight, Steam and Reels. Steam and Reels gives me some interesting bits here, some interesting connections, like the portable fuel interface and some stacks and so forth. Some quality of life stuff and decorative stuff, the various macaws. Create mechanical botany I haven't looked at yet. There's a mechanical insulator and a mechanical composter, and I'm interested to see what it does. Haven't done anything with it yet. Various building blocks and garnished, and so that we have additional foods and such. Timetables stuff for the rails. Trying to think. I mean, it's all the factory must grow. This gives me petroleum and will give me a fractioning column at some point. That's something that people have been a little somewhat interested in. I have not done petroleum fractioning in Minecraft in a while. And so one of the things I want to do is set up petroleum fractioning and see what I can do with it as far as auto loading, tank cars, powering the trains, etc., etc. got a bunch of options here for doing trains in different colors. I can do a locomotive of a different color, and that would be nice. Let's see. It's not. That is exactly what it says, and I'm not sure what goes into that. And of course, waste stones for quality of life. So we can expect to see in the next weeks petroleum processing and a fractioning column, maybe a couple of them. Trains with scheduled delivery of materials, bridges, and a variety of other stuff. But it is getting on a this stream's going to end early. I mean, I'm running out of material here. So I've riffed long enough, and we're going to go to the end break screen here, the end screen. And thank everybody for being here. This is wrapped up Immersive Geology. We are done with it until the 084 release, which is not scheduled at this time. The whole of Immersive Geology is now on YouTube in the VODs for this stream. There's been quite a few episodes to get through all the different processing and the ingot achievements and so forth. If you have enjoyed this stream and would like to see other stuff, there is a schedule in your upper left. The truck community streamers are very active. There's stuff going on pretty much every evening, a lot of afternoons, some mornings. Speaking of which, I will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, 8 a.m. Pacific time with more Minecraft trains and tech, and I'll be actually working toward laying rail and building trains at this point. We'll be getting back to trains, along with some of the other technology. Before then, I will be back tomorrow night, Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time with Roots of Pacha. Roots of Pacha is a farm sim and dating sim, kind of like Stardew Valley. It has a lot more queer content. It has some wonderful mechanics because it's about a Neolithic people inventing agriculture. And each agricultural development makes a change in your people's lives and how you live and the things that you do and the dishes that you eat and so forth. We just developed pickling. Yeah, the impact of that. Pickling is such a massive thing, and it opens up so many different options for food storage, preservation, preparation. It changes your nutrition because now you can carry vegetables into winter with you. Come see how this works. Roots of Pacha tomorrow night at 6 p.m. It's a lovely game. It's beautifully done, well written. The art is nice. The mechanics are fun, and I mean, there's ostrich racing. What more do you want? So, 6 p.m. tomorrow night for Roots of Pacha, 8 a.m. next Saturday for Minecraft Trains and Tech. Community schedule on the screen, previous VODs on YouTube. Thank you so very much, and I will see you tomorrow night. Safe journey, Space fans.